Hello, this is Munir Ahmad from Lattice Semiconductor. What we are showing in this demonstration today is Lattice capability of doing OpenBIC management. So if you look at BIC, BIC calls for Baseboard Interface Controller, and typically in the server space we have BMC that everybody knows, which is a baseboard management controller. So BIC basically is a subset of BMC, or if you look at BMC and you take the remote management out, then you get BIC. So this particular one was developed based on OpenBIC solution that OCP has been driving. So BIC typically does temperature monitoring, sensor management, health management, different logging of the platform. So all the health stuff, management stuff, controlling the fan, controlling the, looking at the power supplies, looking at the temperature, sensor monitoring. This is the typically Lattice, typically a BIC functionality does. So if you look at here, we did a Lattice OpenBIC solution, and this is a server management, which is a subset of BMC, as I said, the baseboard management system. So we did here used a Cross-NX 100 FPGA that does this particular one. So we took a Meta motherboard here, disconnected the original BIC, and then we put some wiring there just to show the BIC functionality on this particular one. So BIC actually does typically the communication between server node or server compute node to the BMC that is a management module that typically is stored in a data center server. So in this particular one, our BIC is communicating to this BMC that has central management control of the server. It also, one of the key things here that we do because of Lattice leadership in the security, we also have platform root of trust that is many of the server uses today. So in this particular case, BIC is also communicating to platform root of trust of communicating all the server health related stuff, any of the components that it seeks. It thinks that it has a security hack, it can communicate back to the PROD. From the feature perspective, obviously, as I talked about, it has BMC to the BIC communication. It works as a sensor hub of doing SM bus, I2C interface. Most of the sensors typically is run by I2C SM bus, and this is working as a hub for that. It monitors all the temperature sensors typically a motherboard has. A typical motherboard can have 20+ locations that monitors the temperature. You have CPU temperature, you have storage card temperature, network card temperature, motherboard temperature, and many other places there is a temperature sensors that needs the feedback to do the BMC, to the fan control or fan management. So BIC does that particular work. Obviously, it also does voltage regulators. It does sensor information. There is various sensors in the servers that it does. It also controls the LEDs and all those things. The key thing is also that it actually supports also the I3C interface. I3C is, as you know, is a very recent communication protocols that is much faster, so we can support that as well. On top of that, even though it's not part of the BIC, we can do the image authentication of any kind of format that it runs, any sensors, any components that you want to do firmware authentication, that is possible doing that. It also works as an expanded GPIO. So if the server needs more GPIO, it can work as expander. So that's the BIC functionality. So it's more than OpenBIC that offers today, even though we designed this one or build this one based on OpenBIC, that it can do more than BIC function. As you can see, it can do security and other stuff. Thank you.